World of YouTube. Terrible sight here. I forgot this little guy's name, but wow, this is one disturbing story. And once again, what a terrible investigation. Terrible. I mean, you can't get no worse than this. And for the people that literally had this kid, I don't even know how they kept having kids. They were, of course, adopted parents, foster care parents. This is a story that really, pisses me off, because I've had DCF in my life quite a few times. I've once had him in my life for 2.5 years. And this kid and every other kid that was let down from DCF from 1998 and before, it's about a wonder why, you see more and more kids dying or beaten or abused or sexually abused in foster care homes. And it still goes on to this day. And the most recent haunting story that will always come to mind is Jeremiah Oliver. And the only reason why I bring that kid up is because that kid was pretty much right next door to me. My kids literally pretty much ran the neighborhood with that kid. And then all of a sudden one day he was gone, disappeared, but found later on the side of the highway in a friggin' suitcase. But this poor little guy, 5 months, years old, never even got the opportunity for anything in life, let alone, enjoy his first birthday. This is one of these cases that, man, you wish someone would get, fired from a job. That this person that's in, I don't even know if he's in jail still. The sentencing to this guy in the early 2000s, I would even imagine this guy's even still in jail. And if he isn't, hopefully he's registered as a goddamn sex offender. I advise everybody to check out to get the names. I will have the baby's name in the description, but even though this is, pre-recorded, it'll still be there. But Marlin. Something like Marlin, I think his name is. And I want to say that the father tried his best. I can't put him down too much, even though I think he might have been a drug user too. But his mother, what a careless POS. Once this baby was born and she left that hospital, it was said that she would leave with the baby with family, friends, and strangers. Now, whether or not, say so, a stranger got attached to this kid and stole him, there's so many possibilities. And then all of a sudden, as soon as this all, started hitting the fan, of course, the biological mother, the scumbag parents, foster parents, and even the father stopped talking for some apparent reason. Wouldn't cooperate with the police. And this is where the police department, to me, literally screwed up. No interrogations. No slamming the hammer down on these people. I'm infuriated because that foster father, before all this, molested girls in foster care, forced by rape. did all this sexual assault on foster kids. And it even gets even more insane to find out what these two foster parents were. Oh yeah, you want to talk about members of a church? You know, I cleaned out a house, and this sometimes, man, and this is the reason why the belief of God, I mean, you know what? I won't say I don't believe in God, but I'm disgusted with God. And this is why I don't do some of the things or pray or go to church, because you don't know what's in that church. And it's only well known throughout many years of many cases that priests have done the wrong deeds of the devil by raping and molesting choir boys. You know, all this rape crap in church. And go figure, you scumbags right here. And, you know, you can go watch the video for their names on this Unsolved Whisper, but I won't mention their names out of my mouth. They don't deserve it. Neither does the mother. But, it's sad, man. A friggin' 5-month-old baby that didn't even have a chance, couldn't even talk, couldn't even walk, and all of a sudden he's missing. And what really baffled not only these two foster parents were in church, the mother had the gall to say that she left this baby, a 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old, left them alone to go pick up other kids at school. And I don't know if they were her biological kids. They might have been, or they could have been other foster kids, but she left these kids alone at home. And this is when this kid ended up missing. But it even gets more bizarre in this case, and even worse to say that this kid could have been sold to sex trafficking, could have been sold in the black market, because not accountable for, not interrogated, not friggin' sat down 2, 3, 4 frickin' measly hours in a frickin' police station that could have been rightfully done and pounded the fist on the desk to make these people talk. Never happened. Never happened. Never happened. And this foster father and the mother dropped this man off in New York, left the baby and the other 2 foster kids with her biological 17-year-old daughter. Now, she had 2 other kids she had to pick. Them ones I don't know about. But what they say about this girl is she was watching these 3 foster kids, and probably the other 2, right? But the woman drops this guy, foster father, off in New York, goes back home, and he ends up going somewhere out in Wisconsin or something. It takes another trip to another state. I forgot what state it was, but so he's gone. God only knows what the foster mother's doing. But of course, in even more sickness, the case gets even more twisted. So the baby goes missing from this woman. All right, coming home, picking up her kids out of school. Baby's gone. A witness did see this woman outside frantically looking around, probably trying to make it look good, right? But don't call the cops both parents. And mind you that the woman went and picked up the guy back from New York, brought him home. By then, there's whatever they're doing 6 hours after that, then they call police. 48 hours that they wait to call the police. 48 frickin' hours. Don't call when And then the excuses that they come out with. Oh, we didn't have a babysitter to watch the kids come to file the report. Don't call the cops and have them come to your friggin' house. Make up the excuse that they couldn't go to the police station to file the report because they couldn't find it. Where's the 17-year-old daughter go? This freaking case, and shame on the Worcester Police Department. Because I'd have been an investigator to sit all these mother effers down in each individual room. The 17-year-old, and then at that, the two kids that were with this one, finally get taken out of the house after this baby becomes missing. I'd have these stupid pricks in an interrogation room. I don't even care if it was 2-3 days. I don't care if they shit, piss, and soil themselves. I'd have them sitting in there until they break. So none of this happens. None of it. And as soon as they started to put the hammer, I want a lawyer. No, F your lawyer. I would have had them in an interrogation room. And I don't care what they'd say. You know what? I'd have been very smart and cunning. Make it look that you're not no suspect. We understand your situation. And would have subdued them into rolling out anything that could imaginably be said. But when they throw in, I want a lawyer. Well, all right, get your damn lawyer. Let's have the judge hear it and a jury hear it. Whatever. It seems like it never happened. I don't care, man. This is one bizarre, sick, twisted case. This is sick. And whatever happened to this kid, I can honestly say yes. One, they could have brought him to New York and sold him. For the mere fact that the mother was on drugs. This baby could have been a colic baby. And obviously the mother's on drugs. This kid had to have been born drugs in its system. And when that is, these kids, boy, they go through a bad start with the babiness. Because they're screaming, crying. Because, right, they want the drug. Sick to say they need their drugs. And only a friggin', person with real common sense would know this. And for that fact, these people, were probably getting very frustrated with it. I mean, he looks calm and cool right here. But getting up in the middle of the night, whatever could have happened. And 5 months in, this kid could have been right, stressing because he didn't have his mother. The first 5 months of a baby, does require the mother. And where this kid in the first 5 months was nothing but bounced around. This is sick, man. Sad and sick. I like to take each and one of these individuals and just break their effing nose right off their face. People don't deserve to live. And, and as long as they've had foster kids from 91 up until this point of 98, they've been getting away with bloody murder, bloody rape, and obviously they're still walking the streets. Hopefully they died from COVID. But all in all, man, I don't know. This case is just demented. And for whatever reason, wherever this baby may be, it could be in New York, but in the other state, he could have took him off to the other state and sold them. Out west, there's a lot of trafficking going on out there. A lot of kidnappings. And what I've been reading up and doing a lot of research on, there's a lot of sex trafficking out in the west. It goes on here too, don't get me wrong, but it seems like the origins of all sex trafficking, I could honestly say, started out west. in them rural towns and small towns where, the population ain't so big. And right, there ain't nobody gonna miss these kids out this end. And it's bad, man. It's bad. But for whatever reason, I'm sorry. I think this whole thing was a poor investigation, man. I ought to slam that hammer down, and you don't deserve no lawyer. That's the thing. Every time a person, and laws need to be changed for cases like this. This is the case, just like Jeremiah Oliver. These are the cases, or Casey Anthony, Bella Bond. The last person that this child is with should be charged, regardless. This is a child in your care, your safety, your well-being, and you on your watch, especially when you leave this kid alone by himself. There should be laws that you are the friggin' suspect. You will be charged and no questions asked. Doesn't matter if someone came up and swooped this kid. That kid should have went with you to pick up the other kids. Common sense, are you serious? Who leaves a baby, an infant, with two other small children? Two other children could have said, oh, I got a baby doll. Picked it up, boom, dropped him on his head. Who knows, maybe that is what happened and they got to get rid of the evidence. Oh, man, this is what really riles me up. Hey, my patch. Really riles me up. This is sick. And for the people that are last known with this child, still get to walk the streets, laws need to be changed. This is one law, man, that I wish would get changed. You are the caretaker. You are the giver. You have to be 24/7 on this child's care, and you let it just, I don't know where he went. What are you going to tell him? Oh, a ghost took the baby? Or maybe the baby just learned how to walk that day and said, man, I'm F out of here. Woo, woo. Yeah, okay. Unbelievable. This is one sick case. And for all you to be church-going people, I'm going to, you know what? I did a clean-out job one time. And this is another reason. You want to talk about the hand of God, huh? God this. Why ain't God punishing these people? Why ain't God zapping these people dead? They let them roam the earth, child molesters, child rapists, child murderers. This is what disgusts me the most about God and the beliefs. And we're supposed to believe in this and he will help you. But why ain't he helping these poor innocent kids? So I did this clean out. And it was in, I forgot what town it was in. I think it was maybe it was in New Hampshire. I tried to find the house again because I wanted the address. I wanted to take a picture of it, but I literally forgot where it was. But I did have a friggin' card that I misplaced from the individual that lived there. And I still might have it somewhere, but I have to look for it. Sucks. But I kept it just for this reason. So I'm cleaning out this house and I'm finding a lot of karaoke CDs. I'm like, oh yeah, karaoke CDs. A lot of Halloween props. This person literally did Halloween for the neighborhood, mind you. This means this person set his house up every Halloween. And this would be a good reason why you would think, wow, churchgoers doing Halloween, not supposed to be the most scariest thing, but it is. Because you got these people in masks now Could be killers like Michael Myers, blah, blah, blah. But here's this person that runs the community. Church-going people. Church. I maybe might have said this story before, but I'm saying it again because it's related right to this. Church-going people. Remember that. He was a pastor at a church. He had, and the card I had was a business card of a pastor of a church. I wasn't going to reveal his name, but I did want to do a video on it and show it. Old address. Pastor of a church. You can't say it so many times. I want that to be piled in your head. So I'm cleaning the basement. Everything in the basement's Halloween props. I got to save some of it. I even got these lights, type of lights, to light up the yard for Halloween. But as I'm going through the house, I finally made it up to the master bedroom. And I literally brought my kids to this job, a couple of them. Because I wanted them to help, whatever. It was a pretty big job. And it was during the summertime, so I had to bring them. Because I had no babysitter. I couldn't find a babysitter, so I had to bring them. That's what you do. No, I'll just drop the kids or pick the kids up at school and the baby will be fine. Oh, no, it's missing. Oh, so I brought my kids to work. And up in the master bedroom, I pull out this big box. And to surprise to what I saw, disturbing. Pastor at a church, church-going people, doing Halloween for the community that they live in. So, okay, you sit there and say, oh, look at this. Look at these people. They're great people. They come through for the community and bring Halloween and props and this and that for the community. Pastor of the church, they're church-going people. Great. We love these people. But in this box, in this house, what do I find? In the box, I can say was, let's see, about a foot by 2 feet, foot by 2 feet of sex toys. Long ones, short ones, vibrating ones. Just imagine this, finding this in a supposedly holy Christ of Lord. People believing in Jesus Christ. Community savior of the people, bringing great joyness of Halloween in their business behind doors is, and who knows, you know what? Oh yeah, it's none of my business. People can do what they want behind closed doors. But you know what? No. How do you know that stuff wasn't used on kids? How do you know, right? If they were maybe foster parents. Oh, man. And if you got that stuff just randomly hanging around in your closet. And your kids, sometimes kids like to snoop through their parents' stuff, and all of a sudden find that stuff. There's a movie called The Good Boys, Bad Boys, whatever, and they all find their parents' stuff. Oh my God. Oh my God. I couldn't imagine. You know what? If you need sex toys, in my eyes, you don't got a good relationship. Yeah, I get it. It might excite it more, but I'm old-fashioned. If I can't perform, if I'm not the one doing the job, and then my wife needs a toy, then I know I'm not doing my job right. I know I'm not good enough, and I know damn well that to me is, you know what? I don't pray to Jesus, but I live by the rules of one woman, one man, marriage, kids, your house, just the old-fashioned ways. That is one thing by the law of God that I will always follow by. one soulmate. But these people, who knows what they were doing? They could have been swingers for all anybody knew. And even that's even more disturbing. Because to go off into that direction, to go off into any sexual pornography, and I think pornography to me really damages the mind. I don't care what anybody says. You look at Ted Bundy, you look at Jeffrey Dahmer, you look at friggin' John Wayne Gacy. Of course, they have to ruin the Duke's name, the father of that boy. But, yeah, here these people, or even close to home, LaPlante brought up on pornography. All four men murdered people due to pornography. You know what? Something clicks in your brain if you look at that stuff too long. Something clicks in the brain when that stuff is just inherited in your head. And to watch another man pound a woman, and then, you know, we have got swingers watching men pound your women. Oh, man. You know, and I could just imagine what they were doing around this baby, let alone raping the other friggin' foster kids. This is what this leads to. This is the point. And when this stuff is brought around, you know, kids in the community, let alone in your frickin' house, this is what leads to murder. Sick individuals. Sick. Because they're perverts. Because they gotta have to do and have dirty things around them. Oh, man. And there's another case. Oh, man. A girl, I won't say no names, but something just recently happened. And it was on Facebook. And I'll end it here. And mind you, this person sells sex toys. All right? Now, you just picture this. This woman has 2 kids that randomly die, supposedly accidental. And all in all, the most disturbing thing about this is because what I've seen afterwards and watching, you know, you get sometimes these things of people you may know because someone has a friend of your friend, a friend. And this person literally moved on so quick, has 1 child left, all about this child. And remember now, this person sells. And I think it's got a lot to do with this carelessness. The kid got out. He's an adventurous, you know, talking about in the say like obituary that this kid was an adventurous. He loved to climb trees. He loved to go outside. But one day, and he's about 4 or 5 years old, this kid, and he's running around, nobody watching him, right, and ends up dead. There was another kid, here we go, the father of this kid, being the father of the one that I just talked about, has another woman with a kid. And that woman, to her kid, dies unexpectedly, accidentally. But that mother, and I think that it's got to do with the simple fact that this kid might have been with the father and stepmother. Accidentally, and this woman I go to visit her page because I just wanted to see what was up, because I think that this is a sick, another case, no charges, nothing. And the same people got another woman's kid, and that kid ends up dying accidentally, and that woman was off the charts. of what she was saying. So knowing this, and I don't know these people, never met them. I just know that they're this to this to this. But to know this story and it's stuck in my head, and there's them sex toys. 2 kids, people running and selling sex toys. You can just imagine what they do with these sex toys and the sick-minded, and when they're busy doing it and all the kids off, who knows if they were doing that, and the kids would say, oh, I gotta go outside, climb a tree, wham, break his neck. And it's nothing happened. Ruled accidental, both cases. Same care in that there's that word, sex, or 2 words, sex toys involved. This guy was a pervert. The church goes in New Hampshire, woof, community pervert. I'm sorry, I mean, if people responsibly do that stuff, so be it, but there's a lot that don't, and this is what comes out of it right here. Where's this baby? Where is it? Where is he? Where is he? It's 25 years later, or 24, 25 years later, and nothing. Baby could be rightfully put in a dumpster, put in a trash bucket, tossed out with the rubbish. 5-month-old baby ain't so big. But then again, he could be out to New York, sold. They didn't want him. Baby coming out of the womb on drugs, colic baby, screaming, yelling, don't want to deal with it, get rid of it. Whether they killed him or sold him is the question, and they never was fully slammed down, hardcore investigated, let alone interrogated. There was no, oh man, to say search dogging to find out if where that baby could have been taken. They didn't even use cadaver dogs to see how far out the door it came out of the house. So with that being said, I give this boy a moment of silence. And to me, this lost case, this sick, demented, twisted case, oh man, what a sad story. Till that next video, be safe, take care, and even today, one more thing, even today, you see a lot of mothers dropping kids in the wastebasket. The baseball player, the famous baseball player, his own daughter threw away a baby, left it in the cold. There's a thing called safe haven out there, and you don't want to deal with a baby, bring it to the safe haven. End of story. You sick people. Let alone keep your damn legs shut or get fixed. That's it. You want to live your life of drugs? You want to live your life of sexual fantasy? You want to live your life, don't bring kids involved in it. Either safely send them somewhere or close your effing legs and take a pill. Get fixed. Tie your tubes, you sick people. Be safe, everybody. Out.